Happy now. All is now is a gift to be in the present. First, they signing back in here, putting our perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of an algae moon. And Horus will be transiting the 10th house in the sky. Okay? So this is going to be my continuation on the Mercury placements. So my last video was Mercury in Gemini. This is going to be Mercury in Cancer. Okay? So, what do we know about Mercury? Mercury is your planet of communication. Okay? Mercury is your planet of communication, right? And ability to write, ability to analyze and process thoughts, ability to process thoughts, communication. So, Mercury in Cancer. Okay? So, Cancer is born from the 4th house. Okay? And that 4th house is dealing with domestic situations, how you deal with privacy, comfortability within the home. Okay? And Cancer is a cardinal water sign. Right? That's being ruled by the moon. Okay? So, off the bat with Mercury in Cancer, you know, with Mercury in Cancer, you won't really be the talkative type. With Mercury in Cancer, you won't really be communicating that much, really, because Mercury is more of a yang planet. Mercury is more of a yang planet, meaning that Mercury is more dealing with the external realm, this yang realm, because it's dealing with communication, throat chakra, and when you communicate, right, you send out vibrations out into your external universe, affecting the external realm, right? But Cancer is a water sign that is dealing with feelings, right? Right? Initiating what you want to feel. Okay, and we're talking about the moon. The moon is your planet of the inner world, your yin realm. Okay. So we can say with the Mercury in Cancer, you are more likely to communicate how you feel. Okay, you won't really be communicating, because when Mercury is home in Gemini, familiar with Virgo, where it just wants to communicate, put out information in Gemini, and a Virgo, it wants to make sense out of the information it receives and pushes out. Or Mercury in Cancer, you only communicate when you feel like communicating, right? So you don't just want to be communicating to communicate, you communicate when you feel like it, right? And you communicate on things you feel like communicating on, right? And you communicate on, let's say, things that bring you comfort. Okay, you don't like to talk about, the topics with the Mercury in Cancer, what the topics that make you comfortable. Automatically what makes you comfortable and what you want to talk about. Okay, so let's say with the Mercury in Cancer, when someone's communicating about something that makes you uncomfortable, you would not want to communicate on that topic. You will be quick to say, I don't like how this is making me feel. I don't want to talk about that. Doesn't make me feel comfortable with the Mercury in Cancer. Okay, so it's more dealing with feeling. Okay, right. So your communication style is you could say soft-spoken with a Mercury in Cancer. You more than likely are soft-spoken with the Mercury in Cancer. Okay, not loud, brave, bold like the Aries, not slow, steady like the Taurus, not swift like the Gemini, but more soft, more smooth, like the waters on the earth, like that the moon affects due to the tides. Okay, so it's just with the Mercury in Cancer, you know, you like to initiate a new way, initiate new conversations that make you feel comfortable. You really don't like if someone is communicating something that doesn't make you comfortable, you initiate a new way, a new topic that make you comfortable. Okay, so we could say with the Mercury in Cancer, right? It's like, let's say with the Mercury in Cancer, within the public, you wouldn't even be communicating like that. So let's say if you got a Mercury in Cancer and you're out in the public with a group of people, more than likely you're the one that is quiet and people are communicating around you. Okay, so people will more than likely have to communicate with you for you to communicate. Okay, but you would just be soaking in the information that is being thrown around to you because you use the waters. You know, you will be soaking in the information that is being thrown around you. So with the Mercury in Cancer, you are more of a listener, okay? More of a listener than a speaker. The Mercury in Cancer, okay? You'd rather listen and soak in information. Okay, and water holds memory. Okay, so you soak in information that you can remember. Okay, that you can remember. Okay, so we can say when it's necessary, right? You will be able to bring up this information when, let's say, beings do not remember something, more than likely because you are the listener. You will be able to bring this up. You know, whenever someone is trying to remember a topic they were talking about, more than likely you'll be able to bring it up because you are the listener and you soak in information. Okay, because you're not the talkative type with a Mercury in Cancer. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, communicating about things that you're familiar with, similar to the Gemini when it comes to communicating about things you're familiar with this. No, Gemini is communicating things that's familiar with. You are more communicating things you're comfortable with. Okay? So, with, yeah, Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, right? We say with the Mercury in Cancer, you are more comfortable communicating with family members. Okay, so when you have someone that you deem to be a family, you will be able to communicate with this being. And let's say, even if, let's say for you to be able to communicate thing or something you're not comfortable about, you have to communicate it with someone that you are comfortable with, someone you're close with, of like family, right? So you will only communicate something that makes you uncomfortable, right? Things that is deemed to be private to you, you will only communicate this with family or people you deem to be family or familiar with. Okay? Yeah, so if someone you're not comfortable with is communicating on a topic that is private to you, you will not be comfortable elaborating on that communication. You will initiate a new way on how to feel about that communication or that topic, right? So yeah, it's more in psychic. You can say with the Mercury in Capricorn, not Capricorn, Mercury in Cancer, we can say you're more psychic, okay? More psychic, mentally connected to the waters of this earth realm we live in. Mentally, let's say, connected with the memory of the collective Okay, so you could say with the Mercury in Cancer, you will receive thoughts, slash emotions or feelings. No, thoughts and feelings, right? That aren't even yours. Okay, because we receive thoughts and ideas and everything we receive. Okay, so naturally we receive. Okay, so with this, with Mercury in Cancer, you are more likely going to be doing more alchemizing of the information that you receive rather than pushing out. Okay, alchemizing of the information that you receive and how this information you're receiving makes you feel. So more than likely, you will be putting death to thought forms and emotions that are not familiar to you. Okay, to your true state of being, and for your headspace and your thought mental realm. So with the Mercury in Cancer, with this placement, I suggest, affirmations. Almost for everybody, I suggest affirmations. But with this, with Mercury in Cancer, for sure, with this having this moon slash moon Mercury influence, right? Having this moon influence and this water influence, it's more dealing within. Okay, so you would want your waters, your emotions, your feelings, to be smooth. Okay, so you don't want to be receiving information that is, let's say, foreign to your yin realm. Okay, with a Mercury in Cancer. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be my interpretation of Mercury in Cancer. Okay, initiate new ways on how to feel. Only communicating, more than likely communicating on things that you're comfortable with and things you feel like communicating. And when we're talking about feelings, like I say, that's more dealing with psychic and more intuitive. Okay, that's more yin realm. Okay, that's more dealing with things you can't see with these two eyes. So let's say someone you're in that group of people who's talking, right? More than likely they got air, they're more air, and they're more earth. Right, so they're more geared towards the external realm with their communication style, but your communication style is more yin. This is why you're able to sit back and soak in what they're communicating about. Okay, so yeah, first day signing out. Catch you next time, Mercury in Cancer.